Welcome to The Real, presented by BR Sports on Max.
The one to watch.
Let's get started with maybe the most replayed highlight of your career. Can you walk me through this moment?
We're playing UCLA at home. UCLA is usually always our last game of the season, crosstown rivalry game, and this is bragging rights. This game is about who owns LA. On this play here, I think it's the receiver. Whoever the receiver is out there missed his block, basically. It looks like it might be DJ, Dwayne Jerry.
He'll get you back later.
Yeah, it is Dwayne Jerry. That's my dog, though. I love him. But yeah, he missed his block, and sometimes you got to improvise, and that's what I did a lot, and I felt like that's where I was at my best during this time period. If we ever got within 5 yards of the end zone, Lindell was probably going to come in. They're probably going to give it to Lindell, and so I always felt like if I got anywhere within 5 yards of that end zone, I was just going to jump or do whatever I had to do to score the touchdown.
You've definitely had crazier plays in this. Why do you think this is so famous?
I think because of the angle and the still frame, the way that the photographers caught it, and when I'm in the air right there, the only thing you can do is try to protect yourself.
It doesn't actually look that way, but I believe you. You had
and
to
score. Protect myself and score.
All right, so DJ may have missed that block, which led to a great highlight.
Yeah.
But here he definitely did not miss.
Nah, DJ did not miss on this play right here, man. And shout out to my dog DJ, because this hit right here was I heard it behind me, and I knew that he destroyed the guy, but I just didn't see it, and so I actually even kind of felt the wind of him like running behind me, and then just absolutely depleting this dude. He knocked him into the stands.
Did you even need that block in retrospect?
No, but it looks good.
It looks great.
It looks good for TV, and that's why you play the game, man. You play the game for bragging rights, you play the game for highlights, to be able to look back and say, man, I gave 110% effort on this play. So look how big that hole is right there. Just freeze frame that right there. Anybody in this room could run through that hole right there.
This might have been your greatest block you've ever received.
Man, let me tell you, listen, out of all the blocks I've ever received, that was one of the ones that's at the top of my list because, first of all, it's Matt, he's a quarterback. You just don't see quarterbacks doing stuff like that, man. And I never forget that feeling of just kind of seeing that as I'm running past him and hearing it and seeing it and hearing the crowd go, oh. And in my mind, I was like, damn, like Matt just blasted this dude. My natural instinct is to put my foot in the ground, cut back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what everybody else does. Some people don't got that, but
most people.
This is one of my vintage cutback plays, and this is just kind of where this play led me. The entire defense sprints to the right, and you see I have to cut back. I'm making this guy miss right here. And so as I make this guy miss, now I'm feeling all these different players. It's like a wave running towards me. Man, this is one of my favorite blocks though. Seeing Matt do that, look at what it does to the sideline, right? When you see your quarterback make a block like that, look, the entire sideline is jumping up and down, and those are energy plays.
Were you shocked to see him deliver that block, or had you seen something like that from him in the past?
I was shocked. Yeah, that was my freshman year. I was shocked for sure seeing that.
I know you might be biased. Who are your top 5 USC quarterbacks?
Top 5 USC quarterbacks. I gotta put my dog Matt at the top, but right underneath Matt, I gotta put Caleb Williams, man.
Ooh, already?
Caleb is doing stuff at USC from the quarterback position that has never been done before, ever, by any quarterback. I'm gonna put Caleb Williams, man, right at their number 2. Carson Palmer, let's see, Rodney Peete, and then Mark Sanchez. We got
Mark Sanchez, that was my quarterback for a
Sanchez.
little bit. Well, you actually did forget one name on that list.
Who?
Yourself. Take me through this. Take me through this play right here.
Oh, is this the quarterback throw? See, listen, I try to tell people, man, look, that first of all, it's the perfect strike, okay? It's on the run, right? I didn't have to stop, didn't have to gather my feet. I just let the ball fly. DJ didn't even have to break stride. All he had to do was just catch the ball and drive the Bentley. That's it, man. Get into the end zone.
So when you hear this play call, what's going through your head? Are you hyped?
Hell yeah, I'm hyped. I knew I was going to attract a lot of attention, and so I honestly could have ran as well. You see, it's kind of wide open, but me being a great passer, I had to show the arm off. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to let the people down.
That might have been your personal favorite highlight, but this is my personal favorite highlight. Iconic moment against Fresno State. One of the most
sir.
ridiculous offensive displays of all time.
Yes, sir.
Just take me through this behind the back
So,
nonsense.
yeah, so again, not a plan behind the back move. I swear to God, I never ever practiced that play in practice. And it's funny, I actually never did it again too. I feel the defensive guys running to try to cut me off because, because again, I had the play before this where I had a long touchdown and I ran up the sideline and I outran everybody. The reason why I had to put it behind my back is because I actually had the ball in the improper hand, which is, I don't even know if I've ever talked about this. And so it's actually born out of, something I wasn't doing right. But I was always taught, if you make a mistake, you better make it. You better make it count or make up for it. If he would have reached his hand out, he probably could have maybe even hit the ball, right? And so that's why I put the ball back like that, because I didn't want him to hit the ball out of my hand. Now, it's not smart, because if somebody was coming behind me, they could have just knocked it out of my hand, right? But I cut back, put my foot in the ground, ran to the right, and the rest is history.
That was one of the most electric displays in college football history. Let's draft our most electric college football players. Me versus you. Let's say 4 players each.
Okay.
You can get the first pick.
My first guy is gonna be Barry Sanders.
Ooh, Barry Sanders. Okay, I'm going to take you because I can't let you get yourself and Barry Sanders.
My second guy is going to be Dion Sanders.
Oh, Prime. You got
Yeah,
Sanders. Well, now I'm going to make it personal for you. I'm going to take Vince Young.
Okay, all right. Third, I'm going to go Peter Ward.
Florida State. I'm going to go my man Johnny Football.
Johnny
A little
Manziel,
scramble,
I like
little
it.
2020
Johnny
Fran
Football.
Tarkenton.
Okay, all right, I like it. Quarterback, I'm going Joe Burrow.
He was a problem that year,
Joe
too.
Burrow.
He was a beast receiver. I might go.
Ooh, I know one.
Yeah?
Guy I play with.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take Calvin Johnson from Georgia Tech. Thank you so much. I thought he was like Charles Rogers. Like, no way.
Calvin Johnson in college was a beast.
So no matter the conditions, you got the job done.
Yeah.
Was a fair catch ever in the cards here?
Nope. So this is the Fog Bowl right here, and this is one of my favorite moves too, because I couldn't see the ball, and I went back to the sideline, and I was talking to Pete. He was like, well, just let the ball hit the ground, and if it comes to you, great, catch it and take off. I let the ball hit the ground. It bounces perfectly in the air to me. Now, when I look up and catch the ball, I got one guy to beat. And so once I hit him with the spin move, and I see him dive straight and go right up and go past me, now I turn around and I see I got nothing but green grass on the left side of this field.
This kicker kind of has burners, though.
The kicker's moving. Yeah. The kicker's actually the kicker's moving. I can't even lie. He almost clipped me. He almost got my heels.
But has a punter or kicker ever caught up to you? That was close. Never.
Ever.
We're gonna-
Never in my life ever has a punter ever caught me. Has he ever tackled me? Nothing.
If you had to choose your single favorite highlight so far, which would be the one to watch?
It wouldn't just be one, because I feel like I had a lot of highlights. Texas game, the national championship. One of my favorite plays in that game is diving into the end zone, down the sideline. That was a play where I had to just go make something happen, because it was a play that was designed to go to the right, but once I bounced outside, I just had to beat guys to the pylon. And then I think there's, one of my favorite plays was the Bush push, pushing Matt over the end zone to win the game last, couple seconds on the clock. And that game meant so much to us too, because it was an emotionally draining game for us. And I remember after the game, everybody was hugging, guys were in tears. Like, it really felt like we
Y'all really pulled it out.
Yeah.
But then Matt Liner was like, yeah, we don't know how to lose. It's like, come on, man. You remember that quote? Just so cocky. I love it, though. I love it.
But he's right, though. Like, we didn't know how. Like, we would do everything we could. And I've never pushed Matt in the end zone. We never practiced that play. But in that moment of that game, when he hikes the ball and I see him get knocked backwards, my only mindset is, no, push him over. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this win.
Okay, so you were typically a mild-mannered player throughout your career, but here we saw a little different side of you. Do you remember this moment against Hawaii?
No.
Well, you'll see in a second, because you wanted all the smoke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So this guy, this player right here, this dude, he's a beast. Peters, he was aggressive in the way he tackled. You see, he jumped up, tackled me. He got in my face first. All right, so I want to make that clear. All right, I don't start it. I don't start it. I just finish it. All right. He hopped up in my face. He wanted to smoke. He just didn't know, who he was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know I was really about that action, and our whole team was really about that action. When you do that, and you do that on our sideline, that just amps us up even more because Coach, and Pete's trying to act like he was mad at me. He was not mad. Pete was 100% happy that something like this is happening because he knows what that does to his team, right? He knows that's gonna motivate his team and it's gonna motivate me too. Actually, I ended up making another play in this game. I have another run. Now I'm breaking down the left side of the field and it's just me and him. He's coming to cut me off and he's running full speed, he's moving. And I just take off and I dive literally like 10 yards. I think it was literally like 10 yards. It was a long dive. And that's the kind of stuff that motivated us.
You were so untouchable, you once juked yourself out of your own shoes.
You
walked me through this run against Oregon. What happened here?
Okay, so the reason why my shoe came off is because I was wearing 2 socks, all right? Now, don't ask me why I had on 2 pair of socks, all right? But I think it had something to do with my shoe was uncomfortable, or there was just something with the shoe that just, wasn't working, right? I still got to do me. I still got to go make a move. I still got to go make a play, even if I don't have a shoe on. And the defender, the corner, ran up, pretty fast on me. He recognized the play right away. You see right there, he hops into the screen right there, and I got to make a move, right? And so I can't allow not having a shoe on my foot to stop me. I don't allow little stuff.
That's one of your rules, right?
It's one of my rules. You can't allow little things to slow you down.
Which juke did you get the defender worse with? Shoeless or Spinorama versus Fresno State?
And I actually love running this play because we get our big lineman on the outside running, and when you see that guy running at you, you don't want no problems. I swear to God, you don't want no problems. You see that big dude running at you. And so anytime I had him out there running, I knew that I was gonna have space, right? Anytime I have him blocking in front of me. He turned up the field and didn't actually go to the corner. I actually was expecting him to go to the corner and not turn up the field. And so when he went up the field, I was left in a one-on-one position with the corner. By the way, this is a touchdown that the ref didn't call a touchdown.
Oh.
When you get to the end, freeze it. What is that right there?
Looks like you can see that. It looks like you were down at the half potentially.
This ain't even HD quality, and we can see that's the touchdown.
Here, frame by frame us.
Look at him. Look where he's standing. He's standing right there.
But his vision is covered. Respect the zebras. His vision is covered. His vision is covered.
His vision is not covered. Steve Smith is on his left side. How do you not see that that's a touchdown?
So this one still haunts you?
Yes.
Take me through this play.
Yeah, so this is an outside zone run. I actually made the wrong read here. So my initial read should have been me putting my foot in the ground and cutting up the field, right? If you're gonna make a mistake in the game, you better make up for it. That's the way I've always believed. Here it is right here. The way I've always taught. So right there, you see, that's the actual read I should be taking right there. I should actually be planting my foot in the ground and darting in between that little crease right there. But for whatever reason, I feel him coming off that block, which pushes me outside. And so once I go outside, obviously I got nothing. Now I got 2 guys basically ready to run me down. And so again, I put my foot in the ground, cut back. Now, again, if you don't got speed, you should not try this, all right? I don't recommend everybody try this play right here. But if you got real speed, real raw speed, and you know how to use it, to me, a cutback is one of the most lethal, underutilized weapons that you can use. I learned the cutback move from Barry Sanders, from watching Barry Sanders, from watching his highlights, from watching the way that he used to make people miss, from watching the way that he used to cut back. He was the reason why I wanted to play running back. It was really from watching Barry.
So USC became very synonymous with Hollywood and entertainment while you were there.
Yep.
You had a bunch of celebrities pull up. How was Snoop Dogg as a player? He looked very fluid to me.
Snoop, man, shout out to Snoop. Snoop used to pull up to practice, let it be known, and run routes, with USC. I thought it was so cool, man, like getting to know Snoop and just seeing his passion for the game, seeing how much he cared about us. To this day, Snoop has always had my back, and he is Mr. LA. He's Mr. West Coast and one of the greatest rappers ever, but also just one of the greatest people ever.
People underestimate your abilities as an escape artist.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Do you remember this play right here?
Absolutely. This play I would call organized chaos. This is a play I would call organized chaos. This was punt return against Washington where, again, one of my rules, was to don't allow the first guy to tackle you. You always got to make the first guy miss. But in this play, I made the first guy miss, and there's literally 6 other Huskies players standing around me like ready to tackle me. And the stampede coming at you, my natural instinct is to get up out of there, all right? And don't stay there. And so I make this first move, and I think as I make that first move on that guy, his arm kind of spins me around, right? And so he spins me around. It kind of stops my momentum. Again, you see me looking, here they come. This guy is coming to try to take my knee out. Thank God I just had vision, man.
I just don't get it.
I
don't get how this is possible. Do you ever watch these and say, how did I do this?
This play, I have seen recently. My son pulled this up. So as I coming out of this traffic, right there.
Yep.
That guy can tackle me, but my teammates do a great job at not giving up. And I think that's one of the things that I loved about my team is we had such great chemistry. It's just the relationship that we have. It goes far beyond the football field.
I've seen you make some comments about Colorado football.
Yeah.
Do you think within the next 5 to 10 years they could be a powerhouse one day?
If Prime stays there, it's just depending on how long, how long is Prime gonna be there? In my opinion, Dion Sanders is one of the best coaches in football right now. Not NFL, college, I don't care. He's one of the best coaches. I have a feeling the NFL is gonna come knocking on the door.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's his rightful place, is in the NFL. Once his sons are gone, you know what I'm saying? Because I think what he's doing, with his sons this is history. You know what I mean? When's the last time we've seen that? Like a head coach and the son is the star quarterback of the team.
Usually like a walk-on kid or something like that, but not like this.
But not like this,
No.
you know what I'm saying? And your dad is a legend, Hall of Famer, and so the story is writing itself. The script is writing itself, so I'm such a big fan of what he's doing. I might someday want to coach, you know what I'm saying? I've been inspired, by Prime and what he's done at Colorado.
All right, Reggie, thank you so much sitting down, breaking down your highlights. Maybe
sir.
the greatest highlight tape in the history of sports. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.